Hello everybody, Fishmon14 here. Today is December 31st, 2012, or 2012 if you prefer, aka the last day of the year, meaning New Year's Day is once again upon us. Turns out the end time predictions were a bunch of nonsense after all, not that any sane people believed it anyway. Take that, ancient Maya civilization, you wacky bastards! Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with this, shall we? On the gaming front, I'd like to go ahead and discuss the elephant in the room in the Nintendo scene. Yes, I of course mean the Wii U, which came out last month. I got one on release day, and I must say I rather like it. I'm not absolutely slobbering over the new controller like I was with the Wii back in 2006, but I don't necessarily dislike it either. The Wii Remote, or the Wiimote if you will, was essentially just a gimmick. Sure, I was all over it like flies on Metroid Other M's plot, but in time I grew tired of the motion control for the most part. I didn't hate it or anything, I just found it unnecessary most of the time, and would have preferred regular button input. The biggest exceptions are Metroid Prime 3 and Skyward Sword, which controlled like a dream! Still though, 99% of the time I did not care for the Wiimote. Going back to the Wii U gamepad, I'm a bit indifferent to it. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, the Wiimote was a gimmick that grabbed me at first, but later grew irksome. The gamepad is less gimmicky. It sort of blends gimmicky with traditional. It presents some real potential and just needs to prove itself. As for the games I've gotten so far for the Wii U, I only have Nintendo Land and New Super Mario Bros. U. The latter I beat within a week and have barely touched since. It wasn't bad by any means, it's just another new Super Mario Bros. Game. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was great, but after 4 titles, this just needs to be the end of it. For the love of God, Nintendo, no more. You can make more 2D Mario games if you wish, but do something totally new, please. Nintendo Land, on the other hand, really surprised me. I thought it was going to provide a few days of entertainment and then be shelved forever. In actuality, I've been playing it pretty regularly since it came out. I really enjoy some of the games, such as Metroid Blast and Pikmin Adventure, and I don't care for a few others, such as Octopus Dance and Takamaru's Ninja Castle, but overall I really liked the game. I'd actually really like to see a sequel to Nintendo Land, starring some attractions featuring franchises curiously absent from the first game, such as Star Fox, Pokemon, Kirby, and I'd even really like to see a Fire Emblem attraction. That leads us to the future of the console. I'm really excited for Rayman Legends and Pikmin 3, which are coming out in the next few months, and I'm insanely excited for Pikmin 3, and I would have bought a Wii U just for that one game. We've also got a Smash Brothers game in the works, which I hope we get to see at E3, but I am not getting my hopes up. Rumors also point to a new Yoshi's Island game coming out, which I think would be awesome. If it's true, I hope Goodfield, developer of Wario Land Shake It and Kirby's Epic Yarn, are the ones to develop it. I think they're perfect for it. Some people hope it's Retro Studios working on it, but I'd prefer them to leave it to Goodfield and instead work on the rumored Star Fox game, or something else if they'd prefer. Also, we've surely got a 3D Mario and a 3D Zelda, at least in the planning stages, and I've also heard some rumblings of a new Metroid, but rumors are just that, though. Rumors. So I'm always sure to take any of it with a grain of salt. 3DS has some games on the horizon too, but not many that I'm particularly interested in right now. Anyway, with that out of the way, I'd like to take this opportunity to reflect on my output on this channel this year, as well as what you can expect to see going forward into the new year. But first, the reflecting. I didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to this year for a few reasons. For one, my computer broke down in early March and didn't get around to fixing it until sometime in May. I also took a long break in the latter end of Ocarina of Time for an admittedly dumb reason. Also, in the past couple months, I've been really caught up with live streams and whatnot, so I was essentially out of commission for around half the year. I also have this terrible habit of starting new without finishing the old. Got a ton of crap backed up, even going back into 2011. I really do plan on getting that done soon. As for what you can expect from this channel next year, I've got some pretty cool stuff up my sleeve. Once I get at least a sizable chunk of my backlog out of the way, that is. I'm not going to say what's coming up, but I'm really excited for it, assuming all goes well. On a related note, a few days ago I actually got a really cool idea for an LP, which if it works out will be kind of a big deal. I'm not going to say what that is, or even if I'm totally intent on it happening. It may not happen in the next year, or ever. It's just something I'm putting some thought into. It may or may not happen. Anyway, without further babbling, let us all reflect the good times and not so good times we've all had in our lives this past year, and hope that 2013 is even better. To shamelessly recycle what I said last year, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, or a happy whatever religion you may be, miss, or if you're an atheist, a happy mutual existence, miss, and a happy new year. See you next year with whatever LPs I decide to do going forward. This is Fishmon14, signing out.